तजूनी सेव गुर प्रसाद। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभव निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त जूनी सेव गुर प्रसाद। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभव निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त जूनी सेव गुर प्रसाद। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभव निर्वैर अकाल मूर्त जूनी सेव गुर प्रसाद। सवाई बंदगी आवर दर वजूद मरा बगरना ज़ौके चुनी आमदैन नमूद मरा। न साजो न बाजो न फौजो न फर्श खुदावन बख्शन दे ऐशर। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। We are visiting the Bani of Anand. Guru Amardas, the third Guru Nanak, third Mahal, has composed this Bani in Goindwal. 40 stanzas, 40 pauris, Rag Ram Kali. This entire Bani is dedicated to the search of happiness. The quality of our happiness and what the source of our happiness is dictates what our mind state will be. Where we search for this happiness, where we get it from, and what is our happiness dependent on, tells us our mind state, gives us our stability or instability of our mind. Anand is a state of being, a state of mind where there is unconditional happiness. Therefore, it grants with it an extreme sense of freedom, because it is near unconditional happiness. The only one condition for Anand is the meeting with the Guru. And how we meet the Guru, how a Sikh meets his Guru, and how the Guru grants the Gur Prasad. This is the story in this 40 pauris of Anand Sahib. This Bani is sung in every congregation, get together of Sikhs, wherever there is Kada Prasad. Anand Sahib is a must. The reason is that if we live our lives according to the Guru Granth, then the culmination of every life is Anand. Whether the story is painful in the physical or it is not so painful. Today's world, our entire paradigm depends on the physical life, the comforts of physical life, the passing away of physical life. Almost our entire life is dictated and dedicated by these conditions of the physical life, the way we are living. But that is a mirage. It's not so true. We assume a lot of things when we assume that if there are no comforts, there will be no happiness. We assume that those who have more comforts are sleeping more happily or have a better state of mind. In fact, the opposite is true. Guru says that these people who have more wealth, who have more ownership, are more worried, because their happiness is dependent on the ownership of those things, that wealth, that money, and they have to guard it. So it keeps them that much more worried. It can be that a person has a lot of wealth, but his life's dependency is not on that wealth, on that money, on that. There is a different story. That means the person is living the physical life, having ownership of physical things, but he doesn't have dependence on that physical life. His life's dependence is not on the physical. What is the source of my happiness? What is the source of our happiness? Where are we finding our happiness? That dictates our state of mind. We visited Anand Sahib. We have done 2 pauris. in which we have visited the one condition of Anand. Anand paya meri mai Satguru mein paya. Today we will visit the third and the fourth body. And we will see what the Guru says about this Anand, unconditional happiness. And then maybe we can introspect, what is the source of my happiness? Do I have access to this unconditional happiness which Guru grants? Where does this exist and which state of mind it exists? These are questions to be analyzed. And in these 40 bodies, Maharaj gives us the method on how to arrive at this happiness. The method on how to open the doors within the man where this happiness exists and where the potential lies. Who all carry the potential of opening this door of happiness. We will first read the Bani, the third body and then the fourth body. And then let's visit what Guru Sahib is telling us today. Who is to read the Bani? Anand Sahib, third and fourth. We can read the third body first and then we go to the fourth body.
Pushpreet Kaur had to read, but I think she is having some problem. She cannot unmute herself.
Then somebody else can. Gagan can read. Gagandeep is there. Harneet is there. Anybody.
Should we start?
Yes. Let's start. Yes, we can start.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਾਚੇ ਸਾਹਿਬਾ ਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਘਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਘਰਤਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਸਭ ਕੁਛ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਦੇਹ ਸੋ ਪਾਵੇ ਸਦਾ ਸਿਫਤ ਸਲਾਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਨਾਮ ਮਨ ਵਸਾਵੇ ਨਾਮ ਜਿਨ ਕੈ ਮਨ ਵਸਿਆ ਵਾਜੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਕਨੇਰੇ ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਘਰ ਤੇਰਾ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ साचे साहिबा क्या नहीं घर तेरा घरता तेरा सब कुछ है जिस देह सो पावे सदा सिफत सलाह तेरी नाम मन वसावे नाम जिनके मन वसिया वाजे शब्द कनेरे कह नानक सच्चे साहिब क्या नहीं घर तेरा। वाहिगुरु जी।
Thank you, Maharaj. There are some words which will come in Vani, which are, we may be reciting them in the passing, but they have a lot of potential, a lot of meaning and depth in these words. And what they are saying changes the paradigm of what we are talking about. In this body, Sache, the Sach, Kar, Sada, Naam, these are very potent, powerful words. Maharaj, when he deals with life, he interacts with the paradigm of such, of truth. What that means is that aspect of creation which is our source and which never changes, which is forever stable, who is our creator, from where we have all evolved. Guru is talking about that being. And always Guru will address two aspects of creation. One is Sach, truth, Satnam, and the other is Sada. that which is forever, that which is timeless, which is not conditioned on any space or any reason. If any happiness in this world exists for a reason, then that happiness is dependent on that reason, and it will be dependent on the condition on which it is linked to. If that condition is unstable, then the environment of that happiness will be unstable. For example, if we look at this world today, we see so many conflicts. And logically, everybody is saying, I'm doing the right thing. There is a logic to explain what they are doing and why they are doing it, and they are doing the right thing. So everybody is doing the right thing. And yet we are at war, and to a point where the whole world is in conflict. If we go to the core of this is the reason for their seeking happiness is dependent on the other's unhappiness. The sadism is the word which is used in modern psychology. So modern psychology recognizes two mind states. One is sadist and the other is masochist. Sadist is the person who punishes the other and draws happiness. And the second is masochist, who punishes himself and draws happiness. And modern psychology says these are the two states in which all of us exist. Either one of us is a masochist or a sadist. If this is how the world is, then life is a tragedy. Because the happiness is dependent on the other and on my pain or the other's pain. So there is, in net result, there is no such thing as sarbat tapala. There is no such thing as good for everyone. In this psychology, in the way we are approaching this. But Guru Nanak's house talks about sarbat tapala. And he says that this sarbat depends on chardi kala. It depends on Naam. The source of happiness in Naam is not external. It is internal. So those of us who are experiencing Naam, state of Naam, are in chardi kala. Their mind state is not despondent. Their mind state is energized, positive, and it is full of joy. Their mind state doesn't depend on anything external. So you may or we may change something in the environment, physical environment, but nothing will change for them. This is Brahm Gyan. Naam. And then he says those who are in this Naam are doing good for everyone, not for themselves only. They are not visiting this joy within themselves at the cost of the other's pain or their own pain. They are visiting this joy unconditionally. This is the state of their being. Their mind state is this. And Guru has called this Anand. Anand means absolute, unconditional, which never changes, which is at the foundation of everything, from where everything else is defined. And it has no opposite state. It's a complete state in itself. It's not a poet's creation. It is not an expression of poetry, Anand Sahib. It's an expression of being, of self-being, of having arrived, of having known this Anand, of having known unconditional happiness. And it is not wrong to say that not having this source of happiness, not having this experience of Anand within our lives leads us to conflicts, confusions, chaos, sadness, hurt, anger, frustration, fear, errors, everything which we can look at from the ego perspective, desires, unsatiated minds, always hungry. Maharaj said, bin naame man tek na tiki, nanak bhukh na jaye. Unstable is that mind which is not seeking this Anand happiness. Bin naame man tek na tiki. The mind will not find rest. It will not be stable. Nanak bhukh na jaye, and the hunger will not go away. And we will satiate our hunger at the cost of the other. This is the other difficult part. This is how the entire modern psychology is being played out outside, in the outside world. One is getting rich at the cost of the other. Everybody is not arriving for everyone's good. We are happy to see the other in pain if we have joy. Otherwise, there is no reason why one part of the world will be in pain and the other part will ignore it completely. Sheikh Sadi Shirazi, coincidentally from Iran, he has his mazar in Tehran. He has a poem with the name of Bani Adam, the people of Adam. And in that, in one line he says, if you do not feel the pain of the other, you forfeit the right to be called human. If you are not empathetic and do not feel and are not sensitive to the other's pain, then you forfeit the right to be called human. Bani Adam Azai Rakdigaran. This poem is at the walls of the UN. I don't know how much meaning that would have today, because the UN also is not so powerful a body to protect people. But this has a lot of meaning. This attitude of life has a lot of meaning. It has a lot of reason. And this is the right approach of life, where we find happiness and sorrow. Happiness is not so stable. It's always changing in paradigm. It's always unstable. It's not known whether we will be happy the next moment or not. But Guru visits this Bani of Anand, and the Pauri of third Pauri, he uses Sache Sahiba. Kya nahi karte re. So the person who is in Anand, he has defined his environment as Sache Sahiba. The truth is his master. The truth is his guide. The truth forever, the Creator himself is the Guru. And he says, what is there? Everything is in your life. Everything is in your... Kya nahi? In your house, everything exists. This whole creation is your house, and I am a visitor. Karta tere sab kich hai, jis deh so paave. Everything is in your house. All creation exists with you. The recognition of the other, not me. That life which will recognize I as my source of being will be painful life. It will have some environment which is unstable. It will have hunger, desire, constantly wanting desire, unsatiated desire. Seeking happiness, constantly unsatiated, wandering for this happiness, and fearful. This ego makes my mind fearful, because the ego is not an absolute reality. It's a visiting environment. It is temporary. It doesn't exist forever. But Guru says, Sache Sahiba, I am the Sikh of that Sahib who is forever, who is true, who never changes, who is always stable. Karta tere sabke cheh jis te so pave. Whoever you give this prasad to, whoever you open the door to, panche pave dargehman, whoever you give honor to, gets this honor of life. Sada sifat salah teri. These are the potent words of life. Sach, sada, kar. Kar is that environment which is forever. That is unconditional. It is not physical. It's a state of being of the man, disconnected from the ego, where Sahaj and Santok exist. Thal vich tin vastu paiye. Sat Santok. Visiting truth, insatiation, not hunger, not incomplete, but complete. Sat Santok. This is what we must search, vicharo. We must search, seek, look for, want, ask for. This is the Amrit. Amrit naam Thakur ka payo, jiska sadaro. And that is the foundation of all creation. Sada sifat salah teri, naam man vasa. You are forever, and I am connected to you forever. The relationship between a Sikh and Guru, if the Sikh is never in denial, is forever, because the Guru is forever. Sada sifat. And he says, I am forever in your sifat, in your praise. I'm always praising you because I'm seeking you all the time. I want to be a part of you. I want to be a part of that reality of life where permanent Anand exists. Naam man vasave. Give me naam. Give me naam in my man, so I'm not hungry for happiness. So my happiness doesn't depend on the physical conditions of life. So I am freed from the wandering of life. I am freed from the fear of life, of losing this life and losing everything with it. I am freed from this journey because I have found the results of Amrit within my life. Within this physical body, I have found the man, the state of mind, which is free of the physical body. It's a transient experience, but I can earn a permanent experience from it. With Naam, Naam man vasave. If you grant me Naam, if Guru Sahib grants a Sikh Naam, Mango Daan Thakur Naam, avar kachu mere sang na chal. Then he frees the Sikh from all physical conditions, from desire, fear, hurt, anger, frustration, loss, from the changing environment of life, freed from depending on the physical body. Sada sift salah teri, naam man vasave. Naam jinke man vasya, vaje shabad kanere. This is the another potent word too. We have already visited 5. Sache Sahib, Kar, Sada sift, Naam, and now Shabad. These are so. Shabad is a powerful experience of life. Shabad has paradigms which are defined and undefined. We know the defined Gur Shabad in the Guru Granth Sahib. The undefined Shabad is the Anhad, the Anand within us. That's the part experience of this creation. Whoever has known Anand in his life knows the undefined part of Shabad Guru. Where does the Shabad come from? Where does my mind come from? Where is this mind where all this Anand exists? And why is it so far away from me? These 40 Pauris will teach us that. But one thing which is potent in life, which we must all know, there is an unconditional pact which environment has with us all. We get what we ask for. So we must choose what we ask. If we ask for Anand, if we ask for the paradigm of Naam, then it will give us life forever. Death will go away. But do we ask for it? We don't ask for Anand. We don't ask for Naam. We ask for those things which are temporary, transient, dependent on other things, because those are more urgent for us. Those are our defined moments of life. We have defined life in such a way that the physical dictates everything. All our cards are invested in the physical life, and nothing we know about beyond the physical life. That's the tragedy of life. And a large part of life is unseen, unknown. In fact, bigger part of life is unseen and unknown. It's formless. अचल मूरत अनुभव प्रकाश अमितोज कहे जी, रूप रंग रेख पेख को कह न सकत के. No form, no shape, no defined paradigm. को कह न सकत के. Achal Murat Anubhav Prakash. Achal is he doesn't have to go anywhere. He's everywhere. Anubhav Prakash. The self-experienced knowledge and life is the Anand of life. Naam jinke man vasya vaje Shabad kaneri. They are visited by Shabad. Shabad is the experience of that paradigm of life which is unknown to us in the defined. It's beyond the three guns. If we look at life and say life is defined by the qualities of good, bad, ugly, rich, poor, right, wrong, everything which is defined in life. We go beyond this defined right and wrong and we go to the undefined. The paradigm where we don't know anything which is defined. We can't grasp anything. We can't hold anything. We can't imagine anything. This is the Creator's realm, the Kar, Tirkar. Naam jinke man vasya, vajya Shabad kanere. They are in celebration. Where the Naam exists, where Anand exists, there is celebration. That celebratory frame of man is with this person always, always, sada. Sacha, Kar. Kahe Nanak Sache Sahib, kya nahi karte rahe. Everything is in your house. Give me this Anand. When he says, Naam man vasave. Give me Naam in my man. And if we visit Guru Granth Sahib, in every Shabad we will find this experience of Naam and Man. Every Shabad will define it. Every Shabad will mention it. Every Shabad will explain it. And then how much do we search? How much have we searched our Man for this Naam? How much have we asked for this Naam? How much have we cried for this Naam? We cry for many things, for wealth, for children, for family, for issues of life. We cry in that. We are always in pain for those things. But are we in pain for not having Naam? Sada sif salah teri. Sada, the happiness forever. That's a different paradigm which we are looking at. The different paradigm of happiness. Unconditional. Where we know the source of where we are coming from. Where every breath is known how we are breathing from our own creator source. where we will go, where we are coming from, what is our man, what lies in our mind. Everything is defined by Guru. And the Guru and Sikh relationship. Naam jinke man vasya, vaje shabad kanere. That person knows Shabad, whose mind is visited by Naam. He knows Shabad. He knows the para experience of Shabad, the experience behind the defined Shabad. We don't visit the defined Shabad also. When we visit Shabad, Amrit doesn't come to us. Amrit Bani har har teri, but we don't visit Amrit. What's the reason we don't visit Amrit? This Bani is Amrit, Maharaj says. Then why we are not in Amrit when we say Satnam? Why are we not transported to this world of Amrit? What's the reason for that? We must search this. This search is the crux of life, the Tat Gyan of life. The Guru Amar Das in these 40 Pauris will use this word Tat Gyan, the foundation of knowledge of life, the happiness and sadness of life defined by our mind state, by what we are searching, what we are seeking. If we seek something wrong, temporary, by wrong I mean that which is temporary, which is not forever, which is always changing, that paradigm which is stable, unstable, then we will be unstable. Then we will be fearful because my happiness will go away next minute. Only that person is fearless, who knows Naam, who has Anand in his life. He is fearless of even his body going. He or she is without dependence on this desire. He lives desires of this world like you and me do, but his life is not dependent on those desires. It is completely free. It is living a paradigm which it doesn't depend on the physical realities of life. It doesn't seek the other's pain. Not sadist, not masochist, but Anand. Sarvat Bapala. Everyone's good is only in Naam. The rest is all a complete disaster. Stephen Hawking is a very well-known scientist who did a lot of work on black holes, life, existence of life. One of the questions he was asked is, how will the life and world end? And he said it will end with stupidity and greed. Human stupidity and human greed will destroy this world. What does it mean? It means our mind state is defining our world state. And our mind state is completely destructive. It does not exist in the paradigm of love and Naam, Anand, joy. It defines itself in the other's pain and my pain. It's dependent entirely on pain. So it is self-destructive. It's a tragedy. If we look at the West's epic creations, Romeo, Juliet, they're all tragedies. Then what is the way from this life? What is the answer to life? Jagat Jalanda Rakhala, Apni Kirpa Tar. Jit Dware Ubre, Titele Ubar. He says the world is burning. Like today, we are seeing the world burning, physically burning. Bombs are falling. Wherever we thought there is a safe haven for life, the people are dying from debris falling from bombs, from attacks. What are we doing to ourselves to all? This is a result of what? A result of the state of mind we are living in. Somebody thinks it's good to hurt the other, and that gives him happiness. And that leads to this chain of events. All wars will happen with somebody's overconfidence, misinformation, and his seeking things and then falling into accident. Anand is the state of mind where we don't depend on the physical. It is what is with us. And we don't have to do anything for it. Sahaj. It is available to the person who knows this Anand unconditionally and constantly with him. He nurtures this Anand. He lives in this flavor of this Anand. He or she will be living and transacting the pains and processes of life just like you and me, but with this cooling effect of happiness within the man. Anand Sahib. We'll start the fourth body. We can read the fourth body.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਸਾਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ, ਸਾਚ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ ਮੇਰਾ, ਜਿਨ ਭੁੱਖਾਂ ਸਭ ਗਵਾਈਆਂ, ਕਰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਸੁਖ ਮਨ ਆਏ ਵਸਿਆ, ਜਿਨ ਇੱਛਾ ਸਭ ਪੁਜਾਈਆਂ, ਸਦਾ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗੁਰ ਵਿਟੋ, ਜਿਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਵਡਿਆਈਆਂ, ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੁਨੋ ਸੰਤੋ, ਸਬਤ ਕਰੋ ਪਿਆਰੋ, ਸਾਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਸਾਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ, ਸਾਚ ਨਾਮ ਆਧਾਰ ਮੇਰਾ, ਜਿਨ ਭੁੱਖਾਂ ਸਭ ਗਵਾਈਆਂ, ਕਰ ਸ਼ਾਂਤ ਸੁਖ ਮਨ ਆਏ ਵਸਿਆ, ਜਿਨ ਇੱਛਾ ਸਭ ਪੁਜਾਈਆਂ, ਸਦਾ ਕੁਰਬਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗੁਰ ਵਿਟੋ, ਜਿਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਇਹ ਵਡਿਆਈਆਂ, ਕਹੈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸੁਣੋ ਸੰਤੋ, ਸਬਤ ਕਰੋ ਪਿਆਰੋ, ਸਾਚਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਧਾਰੋ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ।
Thank you, Kushpreet ji. Aadhar means foundation. What is the foundation of my life? If you ask this question within ourselves, what is the foundation of who I am? It will be everything physical. My name, my house, my family, my status, my education, everything physical. Nothing which is defining me and is the foundation of my life is beyond this physical. And that is my concern. Because everything physical is temporary, it is Maya. It is not a reality. It is not something which is forever. It is not something which exists for a very long time. This physical life is defined by an opportunity. What is this life for? Why are we here? This is an important question to face. Why have I taken birth? What is the meaning behind all these experiences of life? I take birth, I go through life, and then I die. And then the ending is either in a funeral pyre or I am dug up on the ground. What is the meaning behind this? Why are we here? If this whole experience is only transitory, it has no other threads going from it, then how this has a very deep meaning? It doesn't have much of a meaning. But Guru says we are here for Anand. जिस जल नित कारण तुम जगाए, सो अमृत गुर पाए जियो. जिस वक्कर को लैन तू आया. There is a goal beyond this life. There is a target. There is something we are all chasing. Judo Krishnamurti says we are all looking for happiness. So this world is about something. It's about seeking something. It is about seeking happiness. And how and where and when and through what conditions we seek those happiness, that defines us, that defines our world, that defines the future of the world. Everything about the world. And that tells us about our knowledge of creation, the Tat Gyan of life. How much do we know about life? How much do we know about Amrit? Happiness beyond death. How much we know about that? What do we know about death? These are the questions which we arrive at when we look for Anand. That happiness which will be transitory, taken away at death. When my body is gone, my happiness is gone. It is not Anand. It's not Amrit. It is not forever. It is not unconditional. Then if all happiness is conditional, then there is no absolute happiness. Then there is no happiness forever. But Guru says there is a state of mind which is free of all conditions. There is a state of joy which is free of all conditions but for one. That one condition is to have met the Guru, to get Gur Prasad, to have visited the Guru, and the Guru opens the door of beyond the ego. This is the state of Naam. Maharaj says, Sacha Naam Mera Adhar. My foundation of this man, of this life, of this experience of life is Naam. It is not the physical life. It is not my family. It is not my social status. It is not my wealth. I have those things, but they are not my foundation. I do not exist with those things at my foundation. Now this is the time to introspect. What about our lives? Are our lives free of these conditions, or are they dependent on this physical? If they are dependent on the physical, then I am worried. Because we are living Maya. Guru says 4 things: Supana, dream world; Brahm, deceit; that which is not there, mirage. He says that which is temporary, jo supna ar pekhna. Like a dream. You are sleeping, you are not awake. Carl Gustav Jung says a very beautiful thing. He says, those who seek inward awake. Those who are seeking outside are sleeping. Carl Gustav Jung is a modern psychologist. He's worked with Freud. He says if we seek outside, we are living the dream world. If we seek within, we are awakened. We become conditionless. Maharaj says that my foundation of my life is Naam, is Anand. And that is the foundation of my life. That controls everything about me. It defines everything about my life, present, past, and future. And it takes me beyond death. It takes me beyond pain. It completes me. It doesn't leave me unsatiated. It doesn't leave me full of desires. Naam japat trishna sab bujhi hai. All desire goes away with Naam. Nanak tripatagai. And he's completely satiated. This is the condition, Guru says, is the foundation of my life, of his life. Sacha Naam, the truth. That which never changes, which is forever, timeless. Mera Adharu. That defines me. That's my defining energy. What is my defining energy? That is my choices. Maharaj, those are the choices we are making. Let us not underestimate ourselves. Whatever is defining our life, let's write it down on a piece of paper today. Those are my choices. Nobody has done them for me. I am making those choices. Even if I am doing them silently, unaware, ignorant, but I am making those choices. And that is defining my life, and that is karam. Does any of our conditions of life, foundations of our life, reasons for life, are they any of them undefined? Are they any of them dependent on Naam and Anand and Shabad? Is the experience of Shabad that intensely awakened within me that I can have that experience so completely that I'm devoid of the physical life? That I'm devoid of all physical conditions, because that defines the paradigm. If I can do that, then I have transcended death. That is Amrit Maharaj. Amrit means Anand beyond death, beyond physical death. Sada, timeless, conditionless. And there is only one reason for that, Anand. Is Gur Prasad. The love of Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Maharaj. Sach naam aadhar mera, jin bhukha sab gawaiyan. Now let's look at the conditions of this naam. All hunger goes away, he says. Sach naam aadhar, that's my foundation. Bhukha sab gawaiyan. I have lost all hunger. I am no more hungry. I am completed. I am satiated. I have found what I was looking for. I have found that happiness I was seeking so earnestly. Kar shant, and then I found peace. Sukh, happiness. Manai vasya, and it has come within my man. It lives within my man, not outside. Not in a condition dependent on what I own, what I have, what my neighbor has, and what I don't have. I have a motorcycle which is this many cc. My neighbor has higher cc, so I'm unhappy. We are living in a comparative world. If I have something more desirous, then I am happy. If I see someone else having it, I become unhappy. I want to earn 10 lakhs. I've earned 5 lakhs. I'm still unhappy. So happiness is defined by my hunger. And it's unsatiated. It doesn't go away. I can destroy countries. I can kill people. And my hunger for happiness will not go away. Dependent on the other's misery. How hungry can I be for happiness that I can cause misery to the other? But that's our life environment today. Look around ourselves. Those are my choices. We are part of those choices. All of us are making those choices. We can't say they did it. No, we can't say that. We are part of this life, and the choices everybody is making, we are part of those. Kar shant sukh man aivase. Sukh, happiness comes to my man. It visits me. I don't go running after it. It lives with me. Shant, I am at peace. Man aivase. In my mind they reside. I only have to sit and bend down and feel my man. Sit down and feel my man, and I am happy. I don't have to have a reason. I just relax. And there it is. That's my condition of being. That's my condition forever now. It cannot be taken away from me. Jin ichha sab pujaiyan. And not one, but all my desires are fulfilled. All of them. Naam fulfills all desires. Everything. If we reside in Naam, everything we desire gets fulfilled. Everything. But we don't visit Naam. We don't visit life through the experience of Naam. We experience it through desire. And that's what makes life painful. Desire through the ego is a potent concoction for pain. It is expectation and disappointment. Ego triggered by desire is leading to expectation and disappointment. It is leading to my defining the world with my ego conditions. Like it is happening today in the world. If you see the world outside, somebody wants to flatten somebody's backyard, and their missiles are going from here and there. Somebody's happiness is dependent on the other's pain. There is no paradigm of Anand Naam, because that is the only paradigm which defines Sarbat Pala, good for everyone, is only in Naam. The rest is always wandering, seeking, incomplete, anger, frustration, expectation, and not acceptance. Hukam razai chalna. No. We don't live in Hukam razai. We live in seeking our own happiness. Nana Guru na chetni, man apne suchet. I know I don't want Guru. Chote telbo arjo sunje andar khet. There that life is defined by only the physical paradigms, and that is my fear about us, about myself, about you, about everyone. We are defined by only our physical paradigm. We are not defined by beyond the physical paradigm. If it is so, I am very happy. If even one of us says, I know Naam to the degree where I've experienced it in completeness and I've found the Anand, then that is a celebration for everyone. One person finding Anand is celebration for the entire creation. But we are all tragedies of life. We are not even seeking Anand. We are not seeking Naam. Maharaj says, Sada Qurban Kita Gurvittu. I am forever graciously thankful, happy and grateful to God, to Creator. Jin ichha sab po jaiyan. Everything which I desire is completed. I have nowhere else to seek anything. Sada Qurban, forever, forever. Sada. Sadhu lives forever. Not only when I'm in the physical body, not in this time to this time. It is forever. Sada. Qurban Kita Gurvittu. I am Qurban to my Guru. I am sold to my Guru. I am in love with my Guru because the Guru has given me this paradigm of life which exists forever, which is Anand forever. Sada Qurban Kita Gurvittu. Jis diyan vadiyaiyan. All of creations is His effort, is the Creator's gift. And these greatnesses He gives us if we accept His presence, if we go beyond the ego self, if we know Hukam Razai Chalna. Sada Qurban Kita Gurvitto, Jis diyan vadiyaiyan, Kahe Nanak suno santo, Shabad taro pyar. Pyar, love, Shabad, Shant, Sukh, Manai Vasya, Sada, Sada Qurban, Sacha Naam. These are the beautiful things of life. This is the garden full of love. This is the garden full of blossoming flowers with fragrance which lasts forever. This is the garden which defines the spiritual life, life of the spirit. Kahe Nanak suno santo. Maharaj says, listen to me, santo. Shabad taro pyar. Get the experience of Shabad. Submerge yourself into the experience of Shabad. Shabad Guru. Satnam. And in that Naam you are lost. Where the ego is gone, pain is gone, sorrow is gone, confusion is gone, hurt, anger, frustration, expectation is all gone. Kahe Nanak suno santo, Shabad taro pyar. Get the experience of Shabad. What's the experience of Shabad, Maharaj? Submerge your man in Shabad. And then the foundation of our life will become Shabad. Where is this Shabad, Maharaj? गाविए सुनिए मन रखिए. Any time in your life where we are thought for some time at peace, at rest, where we can put away our thoughts for some time, even for 5, 10, 15 minutes, then sing the Shabad. Submerge yourself in the Shabad, the Mool Mantar, in any other Shabad you like, in the defined Shabad, and it will take us to the Anhadanad, the undefined Shabad, the Amrit of life, the nectar which is full of joy and Anand, and it is timeless. The journey into that garden which never loses its greenery, which never fades away, where the flowers don't go away with the season, where there are no conditions for the blossoming and enjoyment and journey of life, where there is a celebration constantly existing, because the paradigm of that creation, every part of entire creation is at the foundation of this garden, and every part of all creation is Anand. Anand, Roop, Ravyo, Sab Madhe. Everywhere there is Anand. All of creation is built on the building block of Anand. Every particle of all creation is Anand. Anand Roop, Ravyo, Sab Madhe, Jat Kat, and everywhere I see the Creator. Sacha Naam Mera Adharo. Maharaj says, if my Naam, the foundation of my Man is Naam, then I will find this Anand. What do we do, Maharaj? Do we seek this Anand in my everyday life? Going through the confusions of this whole paradigm and experience of life, am I calling for this Naam? Am I asking for this Naam? Am I asking for this Anand experience with the Guru? Am I visiting the Guru? These are the callings which will drive our lives. These are the seeds of life which will blossom and give me this ultimate experience of life, which will take me beyond the physical experience of life, where the droplet will merge with the ocean and it will rest, find peace and rest, which is what Maharaj is saying in this fourth body. Sacha Naam Mera Adhar. The foundation of my life is Anand, Maharaj says. And I have found it through Naam. We have done the third and the fourth body today of Anand Sahib. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand or you can write it out in the chat box and then we can address it. We end all our sessions in Anand Sahib. Then once we go through this aspect of question and answer, if there are any, we will end with Anand. All life, if lived rightly, ends in Anand. Anybody would like to ask something or want to know? Otherwise, we will start the Anand Sahib. Otherwise, we can start with Anand Sahib. Khushpreet ji, you will do the Anand Sahib, 6 bodies.
जी वाहिगुरु जी।
जी महाराज।
वाहिगुरु जी। राम कली महला तीजा आनंद एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद आनंद पया मेरी माए सतगुरु मैं पाया सतगुर का पाया सहज सेती मन वजिया वाधाइयां राग रतन परवार परियां शब्द गावण आईयां शब्दों तगावो हरि केरा मन जिनी वसाया कहे नानक आनंद हुआ सतगुरु मैं पाया हे मन मीरया तू सदा रहो हर नाले हर नाल रहो तू मन मेरे दुख सब विसारना अंगीकार ओ करे तेरा कारज सब सवारना सबना गला समरथ स्वामी सो क्यों मनो विसारे कहे नानक मन मेरे सदा रहो हर नाले साचे साहिबा क्या नहीं कर तेरे करता तेरे सब कुछ है जिस पे है सो पावे सदा सिफ्त सलाह तेरी नाम मन वसावे नाम जिनके मन वसया वाजे शब्द कनीरे कहे नानक सच्चे साहिब क्या नहीं कर तेरे साचा नाम मेरा आधारो साच नाम आधार मेरा जिन भुखा सब गवाइया कर शांत सुख मन आए वसया जिन इच्छा सब पुजाइया सदा कुर्बान कीता गुर विटो जिसदियां ही वडियाइया कहे नानक सुनो संतो सबतर हो प्यारो साचा नाम मेरा आधारो वाजे पंच शब्द तित कर सभागे शब्द वाजे कला जित कर तारिया पंच दूत तुझ वस कीते काल कंटक मारिया तुर करम पाया तुझ जिनको से नाम हर कै लागे कहे नानक तह सुख हुआ तित करे अनहद वाजे अनद सुनो वड पागी हो सगल मनोरथ पूरे पार ब्रह्म प्रभ पाया उतरे सगल विसूरे दुख रोग संताप उतरे सुनी सच्ची बाणी संत साजन भये सरसे पूरे गुर ते जानी सुनते पुनीत कहते पवित सतगुर रहया पर पूरे बिनवंत नानक गुर चरण लागे वाजे अनहद तूरे सुनते पुनीत कहते पवित सतगुर रहया पर पूरे बिनवंत नानक गुर चरण लागे वाजे अनहद तूरे श्लोक पवन गुरु पानी पिता माता तरत महत दिवस रात तोय दाई दाया खेले सगल जगत चंगियाइया बुरियाइया वाचे कर्म हदूर करमी आपो आपनी के मीड़े के दूर जिनी नाम ते आया गए मसकत काल नानक ते मुख उजले खेती छुट्टी नाल जिनी नाम ते आया गए मसकत काल नानक ते मुख उजले खेती छुट्टी नाल वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
थैंक यू खुशप्रीत बेटा, थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। थैंक यू ऑल।